Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Namaskar, welcome to PT Pointers, and in this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And our first headline is related to Harti Community, and it is in the news because recently Himachal Pradesh government issued a notification granting scheduled tribe status to the Harti community. And friends, Harti community lives in the Transgiri region of Himachal Pradesh, and Harti community is named after their old age professional practice of selling homegrown crops at small markets called Hart in nearby cities. And Hartis have been demanding ST status since 1967. Our next headline is related to Worli Tribe, which is among the largest tribes of Maharashtra region, and women folk of this tribe paint indigenous paintings and arts known as Worli tribal wall paintings. This art form can be traced back to 10th century AD, but it was first discovered and appreciated for its distinctive style only in the early 1970s. It takes inspiration from normal life routine and surroundings. Our next headline is related to �S. Venkata Ramanan. He was an IS officer who served as Governor of Reserve Bank of India from December 1990 to December 1992. He passed away recently, and friends, he led RBI's efforts during India's severe balance of payment stress in 1990-1991, including initiatives to raise international loans, pledging India's gold reserves, and under his leadership, RBI implemented import compression measures by raising cash margins on imports. He also displayed openness by inviting diverse opinions and experts, including critical voices, to discuss critical economic matters, demonstrating an inclusive and non-hierarchical approach in decision making. Our next headline is related to carbon dating, that is a method by which the age of an object can be determined, and radiocarbon dating refers to a method that does this using radiocarbon, and our name for the isotope is carbon-14, which is an unstable isotope of carbon created when a neutron collides with the nitrogen atom. C14 is an unstable isotope of carbon created when a neutron collides with the nitrogen atom. And friends, carbon dating is applicable only to organic materials. Now recently, Ministry of Heavy Industries announced the extension of the production linked incentive scheme for automobile and auto components by 1 year with partial amendments, and under the amended scheme, the incentives will be applicable for a total of 5 consecutive financial years starting from the financial year 2023-24, and as per the amendments, if an approved company fails to meet the threshold for an increase in determined sales value over first year's threshold, it will not receive any incentive for that year. However, it will still be eligible for benefits in next year if it meets the threshold, and this provision aims to ensure a level playing field for all the approved companies and safeguard those who prefer to front load their investments. Now let's know more about the scheme. So friends, it was approved for a period of 5 years, and it will boost manufacturing of advanced automotive technology products. This will also help to facilitate and promote deep localization of automotive technology products and enable creation of domestic as well as global supply chain. Our next headline is related to Northeastern Handicrafts and Handloom Development Corporation, which was incorporated in 1977. It attempts to develop and promote the indigenous crafts of the region by connecting craftsmen to prospective markets and consumers, generating economic, cultural, and social opportunities for creators. And friends, it is under the administrative control of the Ministry of Development of Northeastern region, and it offers a range of products from all the 8 northeastern states, namely Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. Our next headline is related to electoral bonds, and it is in the news because sale of electoral bonds will start today, and it will be sold through 29 authorized branches of State Bank of India till the 11th January. Now let's know more about electoral bonds. So friends, it was notified by government in 2018 as an alternative to cash donations made to political parties as a part of efforts to bring in transparency in political funding. Electoral bonds are encashed by an eligible political party only through a bank account with authorized bank. And friends, State Bank of India is the only authorized bank to issue electoral bonds, and electoral bonds will be valid for 15 calendar days from the date of issue, and no payment will be made to any payee political party if the bond is deposited after the expiry of the validity period, and only registered political parties which secured not less than 1% of the votes polled in the last election to the Lok Sabha or Legislative Assembly of the state will be eligible to receive the electoral bonds. Now, recently, India and Pakistan exchanged the list of nuclear installations and facilities covered under the Agreement on Prohibition of Attack against Nuclear Installations and Facilities between both the countries. The list was exchanged through diplomatic channels simultaneously at New Delhi and Islamabad. It was signed in 1988, and under it, India and Pakistan are required to inform each other of nuclear installations and facilities to be covered under the agreement on 1st of January of every calendar year, and this is the 33rd consecutive exchange of such list between both the countries. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.